This is What's Your Story? Welcome to the program. My name is Catherine Mwangi. Our guest today is media personality Shaffie Weru, and I'm excited to have this conversation with him to just get some things out and get clarity on what happened about a month ago. So let's go meet him and listen to his story.
What's good, people? Vipi Vopo. My name is Shaffie Weru, or you know me as the Reverend Baba Nia Milan. Niko na majina mingi sana mazee. Some people call me Shaffstar. Other people call me the Secretary General of Team of Fisi. Yes, many would ask me how I got that title. Well, I have no clue. It just happened. And my mantra in life is very simple. Embrace your chaos. My life, my chaos. Because you know what, every single day when you wake up, every single day when you take on what we call life, you never know what to expect. And it's chaotic, it's dramatic. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But you know what, that's what life is all about. And yes, so today, I'll be telling you my new steps that I've taken in life because nimerudi kwa mgodi. I'll be working for myself going forward. And yes, it is what it is. And that's what life is all about. I'm telling you. So join me and I'll let you know what's going on. So how did I grow up? And where did I grow up? Well, I came from a very dope family setting. My mom was a single mom, and then later on she got married. And then I got a brother and a sister, the firstborn of 3. And we used to live in Kibera. And then we moved and went to golf course. After golf course, we moved and went to South Sea, where now all my life operated and happened. Yes. So yeah, that's where and how I grew up. I went to Toy Primary School, and then in high school I went to Meru, to Chuka High School. And yes, that's what molded me to be the man that I am today. The peak of my career, how I can describe it, is that as an intern, I did everything. After now, I joined Radio Africa, then we only had one station, Kiss FM. So my peak was when I was asked to be on air. When I got on air, I started doing the show, and to my amazement, everybody loved it because I was the most popular person in the station, and I was never on air. The moment I got that chance to be on air, on the drive show, it never ended, never stopped. The show became the biggest show in the country for many, many years.
I've known Shaffie Weru for the last 11 years. And at a place where Shaffie steps, you can feel his footsteps when he moves. And wherever you meet Shaffie, you will never get boring or you will never get sad.
Yes, so welcome to Roya Group of Companies. Yes, this is my new hustle. And here we do many things. We sell cars under Roya Motors, and then we have Roya Investments Limited that does a lot of investments and realtor business. We buy houses, we sell houses, we build houses, and then there's Roya Entertainment, which I run. Yes, and that's my new hustle. And this time around, I'm coming out. Yes, so I'll not be on radio. I'll be more on your faces. So I beg for your eyeballs so that you can be able to watch, and we can be able to continue the conversation, which is the larger conversation of everything else.
Shaffie was a very happy young man, very friendly, makes friends very easily, very joviant, loves people, ladies and men. Yes, and very outgoing. Yeah, for Shaffie, I love you so much. Keep on being strong, and you've done your part at my workplace. I remember one day one of my bosses called me and said, "Wow, we can't believe you're Shaffie's mom and you never talk about it." You see, you don't pride and brag that I'm somebody's mom. You just pray for them. Yeah?
One thing that you never understand, or people don't know, people who want to become what stars are, people who envy the people in the limelight, is the issue of not understanding there is the bad and the ugly of being on the spotlight, being a public figure. Yes. With that said and done, all I can tell you is that catch me with Catherine Mwangi on KTN Home and What's My Story.
The much anticipated conversation with media personality Shaffie Weru is here with us. Thank you for making the time to tune in. Now, disclaimer, I know there's lots of women who are incredibly passionate about this story, and you perhaps may be expecting me to throw some stones. I'm not here for that. What we came to do is to hear the man share his story, and from that just have a civil, sober, mature conversation. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I'm glad you came.
I had to.
Looking good in orange.
Yes.
And this is the first conversation
Orange,
you're having
gold, yeah.
post
Yeah,
the
as in this is the
incident.
first interview. This is the first sitting I'm having.
Yeah.
This is the first, you know, this is the first time I'm opening my, you know, my silence. I'm breaking the silence.
Yes.
Because things happened the way they happened, and
Yes.
they happened so fast.
Yeah.
And the best way to deal with, you know, situations that are beyond your control is to just take a step back. Because,
And
you
see
know,
it
as I
from-
said, I've done this for too long.
Yeah.
As in, it's been 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last week of March, I mean, you've
The
always
last
been
Wednesday.
in the
of
last
March,
Wednesday.
25th, I suspect, yeah.
So you've always been in the limelight for whatever reasons, but this
Yeah.
particular time, something happened. You were on your radio program.
Okay. Let me just take you back a bit.
Oh, okay.
First, it's not my radio program. It's not my show. I haven't been on air for 2 years.
Oh,
I stopped presenting
okay.
2 years ago.
What have you been doing on radio then?
I've been. I run a station.
Okay.
I was the boss at Radio Africa's homeboy radio station.
Got it.
Yes, which we had just acquired and became part of the group. It was a long marriage that not many people knew, but it was now time for, you know, the station, which was standing alone for the longest time, to join the company.
Okay.
So I was last on air, I think in 2000 and...
With Kaleche?
No, with the Adele.
With Adele,
Onyango,
okay.
on Breakfast. That is in 2019? 19, yes.
Okay. So
2019, May.
Okay.
A time like now.
2 years
A time
ago.
like now, 2 years, that's when I was doing my last show.
So when did you get back
end of
on
April.
air then?
I ended up getting, I was running the station, and then I had a sports show on Saturdays. Just
The
a
one
sports
with
show.
Carol?
No. Carol left, and then I took that. And then the host of the breakfast show that I was hosting, that got me into all this, quagmire, is G Money. He got COVID. And then his COVID...
You stood in for him.
Yeah, he got COVID, and it was his COVID, went like really like...
On another level.
It got complicated.
Okay.
And so he got admitted in hospital.
Okay.
And to cut long story short, so I'm twisted to be on the show. I was trying to really avoid it. In fact, I remember the first week I was asked to do the show, I ducked. I never showed up. I never went to the show.
Okay.
But I was running the station, so
Okay.
his co-host Neville and Falme were the guys just doing the show.
So
But the management called me again and asked me, so
Insisted
you know,
that you
this
have
is
to.
as in, it was not a request.
yeah.
You have to step
Yeah.
in and hold the show down until
He's back.
the host is back. And so I started the show on a Wednesday.
The same Wednesday?
No, the previous Wednesday.
A
I was
week
on that show
earlier.
for a week. Okay, no, 2 weeks before. Yeah, so I was there, we're doing the show. And you know, the reason why I did not want to be on air is because I know the microphone. When you have that love and you have that taste of that microphone and the vibe, and you know, when you're talking to people in the morning, it's a good feeling. And I started enjoying it again. I was like, damn.
So why would you not want to go back to something you enjoy?
Because I'd done it for so long.
Okay.
And it was time for these other new cats to do it. Plus also G-Money, that's his show. People know him for that show.
Got it.
So it didn't feel right, it didn't sit right with me. So I was forced. That Monday again, I didn't go to work. Tuesday, my boss called me and told me, hey, we need you on the show.
Okay.
I was like, sour. Wednesday, I woke up and boom, I was on the show. Did it for 2 weeks. Fast forward to now the
Wednesday.
third week, which is the third Wednesday now.
Yeah.
Is when now we had a conversation.
Yeah.
And many people don't know this, including my own very close friends and family. So on this particular day, there was a story that I had touched on the last time I was on air.
2 years
ago. The Eunice
ago.
story.
Oh, the last time you were on air, the 3
The
weeks.
Eunice, yeah, this is 2019.
So you
We had an
went there,
issue.
picked a story.
No, I didn't pick it up. This story followed, as it's like it just appeared. It was in the paper. It was in the Standard. It was in the Nation. Because this lady was in court. The follow-up of that story. Yeah, and I touched something exactly like this when I was back on air. So when I saw it, I was like, yeah, we have to have a conversation around this. And, you know, people, when you're on radio, unlike TV,
Yeah.
TV you see what you get.
Yeah.
Radio you don't see what you get. And the funny bit is that the same day we were having this conversation, G-Money was just coming back. He had just been released from hospital. So we're doing the show. It's called through live stream. So akwa nyumbani, we're roping him in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I saw the story in the paper about the lady at
Yeah.
Ambassador Towers, and then it clicked. It had happened.
This story
I know. I remembered the story very
Yeah.
well. I saw this story.
triggered something.
It was in the paper.
Yes.
So I was like, yo. So we had a conversation about it in the studio, and I was like, you know what? With all the drama that's happening, I believe, Kenyan Chiles, they should, operate differently.
Yeah.
That's what came to my head.
Yeah.
And this is in the midst of all the,
Everything else going on.
Yeah. So I did not make reference to the story per se, but I mentioned her name.
You mentioned her name.
And everybody who went up in arms for the unpopular opinion, for what my opinion was, which was unpopular to them, is that I don't know whether they took time to find out who this Eunice is, what the story was all about. It just turned around and it became, I'm a rape apologist. I'm promoting, rape culture. I am very insensitive to, women. And I was like, wow.
Mentioning her name in the context that you did.
On the
with the two guys.
Technically, no.
Let me explain the context, okay? So, because I listened to the clip,
okay.
yes. So, you mentioned this name, then you say, first the topic was girls need to be, play hard to get a bit, like you can't just be too available.
They shouldn't be available, yeah.
Yes.
Shouldn't be available.
So
That's what I commented.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the example you gave was tied to Eunice and what happened with her boyfriend, the stranger she met.
Well,
okay.
No. So the story was this. First, it wasn't a topic. It was just a point of reference in the show.
In a conversation.
We discussed many other things on the show.
Yes. Hence why I said the context.
Yes, I got it. I just needed to get, but you say it's a story. You said it was a story.
I hear you.
It was a topic. No, it wasn't a topic. If it was a topic, I'd have gone in, I'd have taken my, would have gone in depth.
Totally.
Ningechambua.
So context both ways.
Yeah.
Your way and how the audiences also received it. Because they caught that 2-3 minutes of conversation.
That's what was picked by, that's what was picked and that's what was put on social media by whoever did it. Yeah.
Yes. So because, so they picked that part, not knowing what you're saying now, which is, you're now sharing the depth of what happened that morning and the preceding days.
That's what happened. I think that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
You can't change what happened. And maybe you can fault me for the timing. When I was doing that story and having that conversation, I'd not thought about the drama and the other stories that had, happened
prior to that conversation.
Many,
yes.
It hit me later that, I get it. And that's why even yesterday when I was having a conversation with you on me coming for the interview, I was telling you, listen, I have no beef with Kenyans. I have no beef with people on social media. I have no beef with anybody. Whoever, in whatever way they took it or how they perceived it, I can't judge them for that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
so
up to me now to do better and to just focus and be able to understand the times we're living in and what we can be able to have a conversation on. And for the presenters who are still on radio right now, all I can say is that you need to be more intellectually, emotional, intellectual.
EQ, EIQ.
That's emotional. IQ is now when you're saying someone is an idiot.
So you need both,
I'm not
emotional
saying,
and intellect.
Yeah, no, you need emotional intellect when you're dealing with some issues because it's not illegal.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
But it'll get you into serious fire because.
So pause there before you advise the presenters. I like that you've said first, you were not, the timing, you came to realize later that the timing of this conversation is what poured fuel on the fire.
Yes.
Because of another case that happened to another young girl.
Many other young girls. This thing is happening every single day.
But there's one that was really
Yes, the lady. I know the story you're talking about.
Yes,
I'm not about
Velvin, I think. Yes.
Yes, the lady I think from Weru or somewhere off Thick Road. Yes.
So there was that was going on for 3 days.
Now imagine majority of people. Majority of people. It had happened the day I did it. I think that story was like 2 weeks old now.
Yes.
The one for the lady from Velvin. I remember because when it was being posted, when you guys were sharing, find justice for this lady. If people went and checked on my tweets and also my post, I spoke very, very like, strongly about it.
About it, yeah.
Now,
do you understand why you are vilified?
I totally get, I get it.
What do you get?
I get the timing and my emotional, intellectual, capacity should have been, I should have dealt with the issue better. I shouldn't have made reference to anybody. I should have just gone about it. Because, my character has always been very bold.
Yeah. You're out there.
You can't change, you can't change how and what I am.
Yeah. So the key here is that you get it.
I do get it. I totally get it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't blame anybody. I'm not here to fight anybody.
Because now you understand where it all came from. I'm still on the part where you got it later, okay? Okay. And you understood why there was such anger and fury over what you had said, and the context, the timing, because really that is it. That's the foundation of it, and it's a good thing that you saw it. Yeah. Even including your family and friends, maybe they helped to clarify things for you or with you.
Actually, I clarified for them because half of them did not know even what was going on. All of them assumed we were talking about the lady, the lady who passed away.
But there's a lot on it. Yeah. So, but also something else you said on that clip that perhaps I haven't heard you mention that it was a point of clarity for you, but maybe it was saying that women are so easily available. That was also something
first of
else.
all, I did not say women are easily
readily and easily available.
No,
those were your words.
Should stop
being.
I did not say yes. But you see, the thing is this. If we're going to have a conversation around, all the things that people want to talk about, whether you're a feminist or whether you're the guy who's pushing for the boy child agenda, you don't understand one thing. Your opinion is your opinion.
True.
And if I come with my opinion, you cannot brand me a terrorist. We can agree to disagree, but you cannot force me.
I hear
to
you.
Go with no, you're not getting me because this is you're
I get you because you are right. Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Let me finish.
However, I go back to what you said at the start.
Okay.
The minute you're with that microphone,
you get excited.
The responsibility that is on your shoulder, is not
tell
just
the truth,
you and your opinion.
To be honest.
Yes. So for yours, it was it was like a coin. You know a coin, right? A coin.
Course.
Yes. So one side of the coin is women should stop being easily and readily available. But the other side of the coin is, I think, to balance it out, because you spoke about objectivity, right?
Yes.
Then it should also have touched on the men, because the women are not available for themselves.
Listen.
So in this studio, and that's the thing, time moves so fast. Yeah. It's 3 men in this studio. Yeah. Everyone is contributing to something. You have no idea how this will blow up. Like you said, 24 hours later, you're like, whoa, what did we say? Where did this come from? Okay. But when you look at that clip in retrospect, so the next couple of days, and you listen to it, and of course you had heard from the people maybe you trust or love. When you looked at it in what could you have done better?
Well, the reference, or bring a reference to any situation where there was either an issue of sexual consent, or it was an issue of rape, or it was an issue of domestic violence. You should always be more thoughtful of the victim, because it's the same way people are so fast to post when someone dies. Yes, you're my friend. Maybe we sat on this interview and then I passed away, and then you decide you want to post me to say this was my pal, we even had a good candid conversation at one particular time. But have you sat down and thought about, did the family know? Because these days we live in an Uber world where people are all over. So just because maybe the wife knows, maybe the kids don't know. So you see, that's a sensitivity that just came to light to me, because I've always thought about it in terms of when people pass away, when you get like a grisly picture of someone who has been hacked, when there's, you don't have to post that, you have to think twice. But also, victims are victims. Yeah, simple. And that is why I took my L after, the whole debacle. And, even when people said whatever they said, whether it was true or lies or it was twisted, I was not about to change that or question that. I just accepted it because it's just a learning curve that has given me like a really dope perception of how to move on as a person, how to move on as a father, and how to move on as a friend to many people.
So you're remorseful?
Remorseful of what? I'm not as in remorseful of what?
Of-
Me not knowing for my mistake, of
Yeah.
not understanding and not being more sensitive to the victim. That's what you're asking. Well, not remorseful, but as in, if she asked for my apology, if her family asked for my apology, if the people who I spoke, who are connected to that particular story, would ask for my apology, I'd apologize. But to Kenyans,
Not to Kenyans.
I would no, let me just finish. I would never apologize to them. But I've already done a public apology.
Oh, you
because
have?
I did. It was posted. We did a public apology on the show. Every hour of that particular show on Friday. Because I was on air on Friday. This thing happened on Wednesday. Thursday I went on air. No one was talking about it. Thursday after the show is when it had picked steam. So Friday we had I apologized.
Is it something maybe you want to pursue, just finding her to say?
I've been trying
You've
that. But there's so many legal ramifications to in dealing with issues that are in court. Because this particular issue is in court.
And I want us to discuss that
Yeah.
right after the break. And welcome back. It's What's Your Story? We are with Shaffie Weru, and so far we have learned what happened the preceding weeks or days to that day, and so now we want to talk about. We left it off at you wanting to apologize, but there's some legal complications.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
what
because
are they?
for her, I think they don't like that whole drama and that whole
Attention.
Attention.
Why did you sue your former company?
Oh, no, I did. Technically, I did not sue them. I just sent them a demand note.
Okay.
A demand note for my dues. If you work for any organization, you understand. I wasn't working for a kangaroo organization. I was working for a company that have made millions for decades. We're talking 18 years. It's not started from the bottom until where we got. I even retired. And even at one point in 2019, I'd asked them to let me go. I was like, yo, that conversation was never even had.
So you were terminated without the benefits?
No, technically, it's not even about that. And you can't go a lot into that because also that is in court.
It's a court case, yes.
The issue is this. I have my benefits and all the things that I need them to, pay me.
Yes.
Or settle.
Yes.
And I'm good. I have no issue with the company.
Okay.
For the first 48 hours, I didn't, in my car, I even tried just finding how I can remove my radio so I don't listen to, to them to remind me about, the betrayal. But right now, I don't
You felt betrayed?
Saizi nasikiza mazena, nasikiza poa sana. I realize even blocking my colleagues will not assist. Because people keep on calling you trying to
Why use the word betrayal? Why you've just used the word betrayal?
Because the thing is the station is a group. There are many of us.
Yeah.
We have very many companies under the group. And out of all the other all the other shows, what we did is nothing out of the normal. And them going forward with all the, them, they have everything. Because every show that you do is recorded. As in, you can't, it's part of the CAK rules. These are guys who have just sat down and listened. But how they did not give, that whole process a chance. How there was no investigation conducted. How we were suspended on Friday and fired on Saturday night is what really ticked me off. That's one of the reasons as to why I decided, you know what, I need to find legal guidance because up under Chezo, if I can be this star presenter for 18 years and in less than 24 hours, I can be reduced to nothing. Things don't work like that. And also, I respect Twitter, I respect social media, I respect everything. But the law is the law. The law is the law.
Do you feel the law is on your side?
Yes, of course, because I've worked for them for all these years. It's not a lie, proof, it's there. I have had the best shows of my time, from Drive to Breakfast to the Saturday shows.
What was the reason given for your summary dismissal?
Exactly what was put online.
Which is?
We were insensitive and we did not follow the editorial guidelines. And you see, I think that's BS because I was a boss of a station. I know the editorial guideline. Yes. And coming may change, or it had changed and I did not get a memo. You can't fault me for it. And also for the boys who I was working with. They haven't done a stint like mine. These are also guys who, it really affected them. If someone in that particular organization, or even in life, or just in Kenya in general, from even the organizations or the people who claim to be the true feminists. Wangekuja watufundishe. What a better way of sorting out or finding a solution to a problem by dealing with the problem itself. See, I'm the problem. Actually, they are not the issue. It's Shaffie Weru, because Shaffie Weru is a bigger brand, is a bigger name. Plus, I'm the, as I said, Team Afisi Secretary. If these Chiles would, come, and if they were genuine enough, and they put me to task, to teach me these things that, we can't just go about life assuming that people will learn everything online.
So you feel your dismissal was not justified?
Definitely. That's neither here or there.
Neither here nor there.
Neither here or there. That's a fact.
What you would have expected is what you're saying now, like teachers.
No. This, a teachable moment. Use this as a teachable moment. And who better to be the poster child to teach all these boys who look up to me? Even men. It's not only the young people who don't know. Even the older people don't know. As in, this is a new thing for us as a country, as a nation, as a generation.
Yeah.
We can't just assume
that everyone knows.
And every time someone falters or says something that you dislike, you'll just become a mob justice nation. Mnaingia tu Twitter, mnampiga, and then you force the corporates or the employer's hand in dealing with that person by letting that person go. Because now you see they're just encouraging these problems. I might be strong. Is Neville strong? I don't know. Who's talking about Neville right now? Who knows where Neville is? This kid was just in 6 years in the game. Actually, not even 6, maybe 5. So now, who's even checking on him? Because the biggest issue we've been fighting is mental health. Because this is the one now that brings about all these other problems.
No, it's true.
People without a proper, mental capacity, people who are not in a space where they're okay, a space where they can be able to, speak and be heard.
Do you have mentors?
You
don't? No. Okay. Why do they?
The things are, who can mentor who, man?
They don't just necessarily have to be from Kenya.
No.
Okay, I got it.
As we stand right now,
you don't have a mentor,
especially in that context.
As
I said, I worked with one of the biggest feminists who I know, the lady who taught me about rape culture and everything. That is Adele Onyango. And she knows me better than anybody. And then there's Kaleche Mungu. These are people I work with every single day. Studio they know me. When I was having beef with my girlfriends, when I was dumped, when they were going through whatever they were going through, we shared that.
As a family.
That space. Those are people can be able to say the real me. Forget the character.
The person.
The person, because at least they have experience of 4, 5, 6, 9 years.
Got it.
Of working together, being there together. And even my employers, they know. And that's why people should have just handled the situation better. But we're not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about the future. And the future, as I've told you, the gender war cannot be allowed to,
Got it.
To spread.
So when it happened, when you got your letter on Friday or Saturday, what was the initial reaction?
I was shocked. I was just shocked. So me getting suspended, me getting terminated, me losing my livelihood, me being branded as a villain, imesaidiaje hii scenario? The reality is, we can do better as a people. I'm willing to do better.
How? How are you willing to?
Because, you see, there's so many things that this particular conversation we had that was talked about. There are many, many issues. Issues that can be touched, can be spoken about. And all I can say is that for all the men who are watching and all the people who support me in that clip and the people who do not, is this. I respect women. I respect them so much. And I think if I didn't respect women, I wouldn't be Secretary General of Team Afisi, because I respect and love them so much.
You want to know what that is?
No, because if I had hate for women, I wouldn't be associated with so many.
Did any of them reach out to you to support you during this time?
Never. Not who? No, my own. I don't know. My own people did. My family, everybody
and close friends.
Yes, yeah. But the issue is, I respect women very much. I will always respect women. I respect my mother. I come from a religious background that is Islam, which women are they are to be respected.
Okay.
And to be obeyed.
And to be obeyed.
Yes, you have to obey. Yes, as in they're just legit.
Got it.
Your mother is everything. If you lose respect of your mother in our religion,
what did she say about this?
Well, like many others, she thought, she was called and told that nilikuwa kwa radio na tukana wanawake.
Okay.
So you can imagine. So obviously, first she was crazy, she was losing it.
Yeah.
Until I sat down and explained to her.
After which?
She was like, oh, okay, let's just hope that itakuwa sawa.
Okay.
Yeah, because you see, when someone is explained to, they understand it.
Yeah.
But when someone is just being emotive, you're using emotions and bringing in feelings from digital,
Yeah.
from online,
Yeah.
and from the forwards that people were getting,
Yeah.
with no basis. Who am I to judge them?
And how
Because
did
of course,
your-
the way it was put out was so wrong.
Yeah.
That's what my mother was told.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure whoever told her did not have the guts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
To tell.
And your family in the States, what did they think about it?
You see, my family in the States, they're young. I have a family here too, you know that, right? So both families, they're so dope.
Oh, okay.
They're okay, man.
They're
They know my character,
Yeah.
and they know that I cannot abuse women.
Right. You
But
love
to tell
women.
them, I respect women, but I will not fear women. Because see, what has happened with this particular issue is now they have created that rift. And it's a very dangerous rift because when someone fears you, that doesn't mean they respect you. It's just fear. They're just like, yeah, ukitoka tu hivi, and they're like, you know. And if we're going to win, or if you're going to get a solution to any kind of a problem that we are facing as human beings and as Kenyans, is by everyone listening to one another.
I
But
like what you said a few minutes ago, where you said your fear with this situation is that it created a drift
A
now
rift,
between
a
the boy
very
and the
big
girl.
rift, a big
Yes,
rift,
which
yes.
need not be there,
It
which is
shouldn't
also
have.
what I
Yeah. And
feared.
you see, the corporates, my employer, they failed categorically. Because this was a chance for our employers who now had employed me. The corporates, CAK, who all these institutions are being led by women who did not sit down and, you know, digest and understand the situation and then react.
Yeah.
Should have come together and then call the genuine parties and let's educate the Shaffie Werus.
Yeah.
You educate me. I'm putting myself there as,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the poster child.
Yeah.
Niambieni, yeah. Let me
Yeah.
be that guy who every day I'm going to deal with, you know, domestic violence institutions or NGOs or hospitals to see and understand. Because that's the only way we can bring this the conversation
Yeah.
to the limelight and in the right
in a
way.
wholesome way.
Yeah, people should not have agendas. People should not bring hate into something as big as this whole
Violence and
debacle.
rape and yeah. I hear you. The unfortunate thing is at times how we see things should happen isn't what ends up happening.
But see, it has happened. It happened to me. I did not anticipate it. I did not sit down and plan that I will do this, because see, when you
It
do
wasn't premeditated.
not premeditated.
Yeah.
When you plan for a show, you have to have every hour. You have to have something big that you put on the show. So this show wasn't my show. I was sitting in,
First
right?
of all, yeah.
So even the planning wasn't to T, and we're just so
Moving
every hour
along.
you do something big, and then when I just picked on something that I did not fully grasp or understand, and I went ahead and gave it my twist and thought, and that is what has got us to where
we are now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, as when we started this show, you said something very important. This is the show that does what? Tells you
Story.
the story.
Your story.
Your story.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That's so dope, because what we're working on with my team now is to find a way to be doing the other side of the story. That's my new
The
project.
side that people do not
That's
know.
my project. Because I've been, this is not the first time I've been vilified. I've been
Yeah.
vilified many times.
Many times.
It's just that it's never gotten to the level where it
It did
touches
now.
on, you know, gender and yeah.
Huh.
But some just random things.
Yeah.
And half of the time, half of the people who are having that conversation or pushing the conversation
Yeah.
have changed the narrative. You see, in my story, I am a hero, and you take my story and turn me into a villain.
It's a problem.
It's not a problem. It is okay.
Why?
That is you. That's your opinion. But you cannot force your opinion now dictate how I
you
tell my
roll.
story.
Yeah.
Because now that's another way. Now we just
Clash.
we'll clash. That's a world war.
Yeah. Have you gotten over that brokenness from the betrayal?
No, I can't. As you know, it's hard. It's super hard, and that's why I talked about mental health. And I thank God that I'm very super
Outgoing and
outgoing, and as in I expect so much. I go about life expecting problems. Even when I enter into a relationship, I never enter into a relationship.
Are you in one?
Right now, I'm in a relationship. That's a story for another day.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I have my 4 kids.
Okay.
Yes, 3 daughters and a boy.
Okay.
And those are the people who matter to me right now.
Right.
I'm in a relationship with them.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. So you felt that your close friends also betrayed you?
No, I was betrayed by very many. I was betrayed by Kenyans, I was betrayed by my fans, I was betrayed by everybody.
Okay.
But the betrayal came at a good cost.
Okay.
It was a learning curve. So as in I
Learning
know
curve.
better. The gender war
Yeah.
cannot be allowed to,
Got it.
to spread,
Okay.
because it's not solving the current problem that Kenyans are facing,
Yeah.
that the current young generation
Yeah.
are going through. And that's why sijakuwa on air 3 weeks. Has it stopped rape? Has it stopped murder? Has it stopped domestic violence?
It may not have, but it has made you a better person.
Me, yes, to me. So we just
Okay.
need to all be sober
Yeah.
about everything and stop being, you can hate. I don't expect everybody to like me. I don't like everybody. But the issues, when they're discussed, we've never met, right? And today we're sitting here, we're having a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
So I interrupted you earlier on when you're giving advice to radio presenters, so maybe this is the time.
Well, no, the thing is this, radio presenters, radio owners, and I've done this for too long. And I've done it in a station that has been, had leading talent and leading stations until today. And I know how we operate and how we do things. Times have changed, and I think we need to relook the whole, that playbook of how things are done. People need to be taught to be more sensitive and to be more emotionally, connected, to understand issues of, victims in whatever aspect.
To be aware,
To be aware,
conscientiousness, yes.
There's that kind of conversation that people need to have.
Yeah.
And also, you also have to understand and redefine opinions and statements and what do you think about anything.
Yeah.
Because being on radio and many people are listening to us, many people are going through a lot.
Responsibility.
These are not the same people.
Yeah.
When life is good, people can understand entertainment.
Yeah.
People can let a lot of things slide. Yeah. But when people are going through the kind of things guys are going through
It's a
right
very
now,
short wire.
it's not a Kenyan thing, it's a worldwide thing.
Global
We have the
thing.
pandemic, we have no job, people are getting retrenched, people's salaries have been slashed.
Suicides.
People, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So we need to educate, and they need to learn the environment better as a presenter, so that you can be able to know today is a good day to have a conversation like this. Tomorrow you wake up and there's something that has gone
Yeah.
differently.
All right.
You
Then
should be able to have that space
Yeah.
of mind. And as for the people who are making a lot of money from talent, these are the owners of these stations. It's upon them now to teach us and to educate them and to put them through vigorous training on all these things. Because it's not in the playbook, I can tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't blame the playbook. I don't blame CK. Times have just changed, and they've changed on us.
Yeah.
We're living in a time where social media or mob justice can get someone lose their job.
Cyberbullying.
Which technically it is cyberbullying. It's just an upgraded. It's actually cyberbullying on steroids. Because cyberbullying is when you're calling someone out on how they look or what they are wearing, or what car they're driving.
Yeah.
That is, it's in level 1, but now it's gone to level 5,
Yeah.
where you cannot just have a conversation about anything
Anymore.
on radio or online, and it doesn't have a ripple effect.
Got it.
And this, at the end of it all, whether the person is a victim, whether the person is a perpetrator, when you pass that,
Yeah.
they're all human beings. Because it doesn't matter. Okay, let me say, we were fired, and then one of us commits suicide. What conversation would have guys had? As in, you see, it's lose-lose. So even when people make mistakes, unless it's a repeat offender, it's a serial offender, and you can tell we are Saidiki, that's different. But you see, if this is the first chance and this is the first case that is being brought forth,
Yeah.
let's have an open conversation. Isikweni ya matusi, putting people down,
Yeah.
and just wanting bad things to happen to that other person who you don't even know, never met, unamsikiaga tu.
Thank you for coming to the show. I first irrespective of what happened, because I was one of the angry ones. And then, you know, at some point we had this conversation in the office, and that's how, and Nick was there, your friend. And that's how I said, I would love to have a conversation with him. But then as the days went on, I'm like, there has to be another side to this story that we're not exposed to. Hence why we needed to do this conversation.
I've done
yes,
justice to
my
them.
best part is that you recognized where you had gone wrong from a personal standpoint. You know, forget the noise. It's just you with yourself, and you recognize that you should have been more emotionally aware or sensitive or whatever.
Smarter,
EQ, the EQ, IQ thing. So I like that you recognize that. I like that you're doing that to now build on it. You know, through the projects that you're putting together with your team.
Thank you.
And so I like all of that.
Thank you.
So the last thing that I want you to do is look for these people that you need to. I know you offered a public apology to them, and that's great, and they got it. And maybe they don't want to see you now, but don't stop looking for them.
Which people exactly are we looking for here?
The ones you publicly apologized. Oh, okay.
No, actually, I need to explain myself to people because my company felt that need. Because the heat was too much. Which is unfortunate because it should have just come organically. But I sat down and I wrote it. I was helped by one of my very good friends. He works at a gender-based violence NGO. It's called Michael Shearer, who is a former employee. He's a lawyer there. And we wrote it down. If you can see even the number of reactions on it, it shows you that, it got to the many people it was supposed to go to. But it's beyond saying you're sorry right now. It's about what are we going to do next? And
you're going to champion it.
I have to. There's no two way about it. I'm not going to wait for the corporates who threw me under the bus to do it. I'm not going to wait for half of the not legit feminists online who completely lost the plot because this was a chance for them to achieve and be able to set that agenda. And it hasn't been set until now.
Well, you can only do your part.
I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to do it very well, and I'm going to do it very genuinely. That's all I'm saying.
Looking forward to it. I've always wondered why you're called the Reverend.
The Reverend, R-A-V-E. Yes, it's not the church.
I got it. That's why I said
is
rave.
Rave, like in the car when you rave a car, or the rave the club. Because I party a lot. And yes, as in I enjoy life to the fullest because I'm a believer of capturing the moment, appreciating the moment, living the moment. It's as simple as that.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching. Until next week, stay safe.